Right, last orders for the lounge bar at the Totnes Conservative Club. This bar is coming out today as we start to transform this room into our kitchen diner, which will be the heart of the family home. But first we've got to get rid of this bar so that we can really start to plan out the space.
It's really satisfying being able to get to work on bringing our vision for this building to a reality. And I'm not working all on my own. My 14-year-old son Finbar is lending a hand too.
There we go, that's better. That's the bar out. Very satisfying to rip it all out. So there's a couple of interesting things here. The original skirting boards are obviously hidden behind this false wall. So as we start to peel this back, I think we'll be able to use these original skirting boards again, which is quite cool. This is the beer line here that I had to saw in half, and that caused a bit of a beer leak. So probably 2 or 3 year old stale beer everywhere, sprayed all over me, which was rather delightful. I also found a few coins, the original pound coins, or the old pound coins before they were the two different types of material. That one's dated 1983. And also here, there's some old newspaper, which I haven't yet taken out. So I want to see if there's a date on any of this. Here we go. It's the Daily Express, probably not a surprise in an old Conservative club. February 14th, 1973. So this bar was obviously modified back in 1973. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Cold, wintry showers. It's great to be able to walk about this space and start to imagine where things are going. Kitchen unit, kitchen island, that kind of thing. I think the next job is going to be to get some tape and mark out where we want everything, just so that we can really start to visualise it. And to anyone who's worried about our lack of a bar, don't worry, we've still got this one as well. Cheers, Cormac.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god, this is bad. This looks really bad. So you might remember from an earlier reel that we've got a bit of a damp problem on the inside of this wall just here, and now we've got this absolute downpour. I can see 100% why. This really heavy rain is absolutely showing up a big problem we've got here in this corner of the house. The guttering here is absolutely overflowing, but even when it comes down, it's going out and forming a pool against the house here, which is obviously causing the damp problem on the inside. So all the water is just pooling and not draining away, and it's above the level of the floor inside. Really good in this heavy weather to really see where the problem lies. To be honest, this little area here is almost like a swimming pool. Maybe we just build a swimming pool here. So it looks like just here there's a drain that is draining freely, and so hopefully it's just going to be a case of cracking open the concrete here and getting this water to drain into that drain freely. So hopefully not a huge issue, but one that we definitely need to get resolved ASAP. It never rains, but it pours. At least this downpour has really shown us where the problem lies, and hopefully what we need to do to get it resolved.
Whoa, Cormac, not a real toilet, not a real toilet. So we're taking a bit of a break from building work today to come and try and get some design inspiration by having a look around the bathroom showroom. This is the really fun bit.
Here's sea spray again, Joe.
I think Kate's quite drawn to this marble, which comes in different floor tiles and small tiles and skirting details and dado details. So we quite like this. What's amazing is that every little thing has got a decision to be made. It's feeling slightly overwhelming. The taps, I always thought I just wanted chrome taps, but this is a polished nickel, and I really like that. It's less kind of full on than chrome. I'm quite drawn to these little hand painted coloured tiles. Sarah Beanie did encourage us to go bold, and I think something like this would be going quite bold.
That was really fun. It's great to get away from the house and go and see some bathrooms and start to really think about what it could look like. It's clear though that there's a lot of decisions to be made, but I reckon that you guys will help me make those decisions, won't you? On the first floor of Totnes House, at the front of the building, is this room with 4 huge arched sash windows. It's destined to become the master bedroom, but for the time being, it's our living space. The room has so much light, and it's a lovely spot to sit and relax with a glass of wine. But no rest for the wicked. So this happened to one of our beautiful sash windows the other day. We have a look, it's really threadbare. It was obviously about to happen. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to bring in an expert who restores sash windows to come and have a look, and he's going to come and do a survey of all of them and give us his opinion.
Hey James, how are you?
Johnny, nice to meet
Come on
you.
in.
Thanks.
So James, what do you think? 135-year-old windows, how bad are they?
Yeah, they all seem pretty sound. Obviously got weights issues, cords broken. Overall, I would say they're in good condition. There's no looseness on the joints. There's lots of rattles. They need a bit of TLC.
Just tell me how these windows work.
Right, okay. This cord is broke, but as you can see, it should be going through there, through a pulley up there. And the cords just go down inside what we call the box in here. There's a void there, and there are weights counterbalancing this sash. So basically, 2 weights that equal the weight of that sash, making it easy to move up and down.
So how do you go about repairing something like this?
I would take off this beading, sashes out, this other beading, parting bead out. I then service the pulleys or replace them if they need it. I weigh the sashes and I add weights to the inside if it needs it. Sometimes they need weights added because if these have been reglazed over the years, the modern glass is heavier because it's thicker. And then I replace this beading here, the parting bead, with a bead that has a brush pile in it. So that it's actually sat up there against it, against the sash, stopping the draft getting through the gaps. That runs all the way down. At the bottom half it faces in this way so that it's on the outside of the bottom sash. I also add some of this draft proofing pile to this top rail here, so that when these sashes are in place and together, you don't get a gap through there with the wind coming through, and it stops the rattles. Following that, I replace the staff bead, this bead that I talked about first of all, with a bead that's got draft proof piling, and these all come in different thicknesses depending on the window. A full overhaul of the window takes about a day per window.
So that sounds like a bit of good news. Seems like the windows aren't in too bad a state. We'll just have to wait and see what his quote comes in for the restoration, because whilst they might be in good state, there are a lot of big, huge windows here to restore. I'd like to ask your advice about this. I've started to dismantle one of the old snooker tables that we've got in this house, and these slates are absolutely gorgeous. I'm wondering whether any of you have ever used slates like this to create kitchen work surfaces, and what are the pitfalls of it, what you need to do to them. It'd be brilliant to be able to recycle something that's been in this building for years and incorporate it in the new use of the house as a family home. There are 5 huge panels, so enough for plenty of work surface, and they're 40mm thick, so I think we're going to have to build very sturdy base for them. The corners have got little indentations where the pockets were, but I think you can probably cut around those, or maybe even have them as part of a feature to show that they're recycled snooker tables. There's also other bits of this table that I'd love to try and find a use for. There's all of the sides, which have got some of the green felt on them, and there's the very sturdy legs as well. All of your comments and suggestions on our posts so far have been really useful, so I'm hoping that the hive mind can really help us out here. So do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Snooker table to kitchen work surface, is this a good idea? Moment of truth. No. I don't know about where you are, but it's getting really, really warm here in South Devon. Problem we've got here at Totnes House is a lot of the windows are completely painted shut. And not only that, but they've got these weird little key type things in them, which I think is what's locking them and keeping them shut. We've got to do something about this. Okay, this looks like it. Okay, now I've got to try and free up the paint. It's coming, I think it's coming. I've got to open a tiny crack, but it feels so satisfying. Oh, there we go. There we go, look at that. What is that? I think that's something to stop the draft, I think, but the draft is exactly what we're after right now. Oh, the cool breeze. Thank goodness for that. Oh, there we go. Hidden away at the very back of Totnes House, there's a room that I've not shown you yet, and it's the nerve centre of the whole operation here. This is our site office. So this here is where I sit and work, and I've kept all of the old signs that we found around the property. Some kind of random ones. This is one of my personal favourites. Gambling strictly prohibited, Club Rule 27. Made me wonder how many club rules there are. This is quite interesting. Well-behaved dogs welcomed in the Jubilee Bar only. And actually, if you look behind, it replaces a sign that said no dogs at all. Changing times, I guess. At the old Jubilee Bar, Summer Fete. Conservatives, offices of various different Conservative associations. Obviously, members were requested not to leave valuables in their clothing. That was in the cloakroom. The old Totnes and District Conservative Club. And of course, down here, maybe you could say in pride of place, it is Michael Howard. We had to find somewhere to put him, and so that's where we put him for the minute. And since I first showed this Michael Howard, former leader of the Conservative Party, portrait, we have had people request it, but we've decided to keep it and maybe put it up somewhere in the house. It feels like a proper leftover memento of the Conservative Club. But I do love all these signs. I want to find something to do with them. I've put them up in here for the time being, but ultimately this room will become a bathroom. Which is your favourite? And what would you do with all these signs? Please do let us know in the comments.
Back in the room that was the members' bar and is going to become our kitchen, we've got a lot of false ceiling panels to take down to try to reveal the vaulted ceiling above. It's very cool to have got a lot of this false ceiling down to really open up this Victorian vaulted ceiling. I'm really, really excited about how this is going to look above the kitchen. This is a really fun phase. Away from Totnes House, we've been enjoying everything that June in Totnes has to offer. From beautiful walks to stunning alfresco dining. And incredible gigs. On Father's Day, we explored the nearby village of Stoke Gabriel, just a little bit further down the River Dart than Totnes. It's the #1 spot locally for crabbing, which the kids really enjoyed.
Teddy's got 3, boys have got none.
No, I got one.
Did you?
Yeah.
And we found the perfect place to have lunch. And our youngest, Cormac, is settling into his new school well. He loved the sunny sports day. And that ice cream shop on the way home is getting good business out of us. So June has been a good month here at Totnes House, but I can tell it's going to be very slow progress if I keep trying to do this all by myself. I'm on the hunt for some good builders now, and hopefully we can get things moving and start fast-tracking this refurbishment of this beautiful Victorian villa. Kitchen design time. I want to have this kitchen all ready to cook Christmas dinner for the family in. And I know we're in the middle of summer, but I'm told I've really got to get a wriggle on if we're going to make that happen.